All right, everybody, and we're back. Champy's taking a little bit of break, so he'll be joining us fairly shortly. I'm sure he'll come somewhere halfway through the picks and bans. But in the meantime, this is going to be a Cap solo train taking us on all aboard. And so now 1-2, mouz showing up, man. 2 games in a row, just absolutely just crushing complexity in their strategy, running 3 heroes, which really we haven't seen a whole lot. Jakiro, Clockwork, and Morphling. All 3 of them we haven't seen. They're just not the standard. And complexity trying to come up with a new strategy, which is how they got into this whole competitive scene.
Cap, stop. Max Brit crashed. This is retarded.
Right.
Fuck.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team back.
Alright, we're ready to go. Go.
Alright guys, we're back. Sorry, we're trying to settle the stream as much as we can. We're just having some trouble with XSplit and that sort of thing. But please stick with us. We're fixing it, and hopefully we'll be good to go from here on out. But we've already got some bans going on, so at least we killed a little bit of time. We got Tidehunter and Anti-Mage being banned by Complexity and Invoker and Darkseer. So again, nothing real special so far about the bans. Complexity did ban Tidehunter in the first game. mouz picked up Tidehunter with great effect in the second game. If you missed out, definitely check it out. We'll be putting up the VODs fairly soon, within a day or two. We try and get it up as fast as we humanly possibly can. Another thing I just want to shout out, guys, you know, we have trouble with cameramen, and you know, sometimes people go on a vacation and that sort of thing. Please, if you are at all interested in being a cameraman, being a caster, being you know, strategy specialist or anything like that, we'd love to have more staff at GR. So I'd just like to shout that out. Please, if you're at all interested, please hit somebody up, hit me up, hit Custodian up. There are plenty of people you can talk to about joining the GR staff.
I think the stream's currently
what?
Down. Not off.
Yeah, it's delayed. It should be on. It's delayed. It should be on.
Okay. You guys just toggle it on and off for a bit?
Yeah, for a second, but it should be back on. It's on. Trust me.
Okay.
And it's all good.
Sounds good.
Alright, and we got the Chen being banned by Complexity, so we're not going to see him. He didn't really have a whole lot of effect on the game. To be perfectly honest, Chen did not. And his optimal phase is the landing phase, where he comes in with these creeps who are really overpowered early on, and they just do massive amounts of damage with their stun, slows, whatever. And really, that landing phase never really happened. I mean, they tried to shut down a Broodmother who was just really too hard to shut down.
5 seconds
And then later on throughout the game, I mean, he had some nice global heals and everything, but still, just not really the Chen that we were looking for usually. And so he does get banned this time. mouz banning Shadow Shaman, and instantly, Complexity picking up Nature's Prophet as their one, and then mouz, Beastmaster, Vengeful Spirit. They love this, man. Beastmaster and Vengeful Spirit every single time. The minus armor from Vengeful Spirit, as well as the utility of Swap, is just amazing.
Yep.
And chappY is back. So, what do you think about the picks so far? We got pretty much typical bans and picks so far. Nothing real special coming out. Again, mouz just all over the Beastmaster bench.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's good that coL finally, not finally, but they went ahead and banned Tide again. I mean, you can't afford to give mouz Tide, or any team Tide now, it seems. That's just it's just really strong, obviously. But like you mentioned, mouz is just in love with that combo. Those first 2 picks, Beastmaster especially, is kind of unique as your first round of picks, especially since there's no Windrunner taken yet on by anybody, and it's just amazing that they continue like that. I wouldn't even say necessarily, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I wouldn't even say that Beastmaster is the reason so much for their success. I would say last game it was Tide. It's definitely not bad, don't get me wrong. It's amazing, an amazing long single target stun that goes through BKB, obviously goes through Magic Community. That you can't deny that. But it was Tide that was the MVP last game. I would say. I mean, what about you? Would you say Ty was MVP last game?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's hard to identify anybody else when Tide was such just a huge factor. He played very well, but really, I think he just all around the refresher. I gotta laugh about that, man. That was pretty funny that he picked up refresher. I mean, it did work. I mean, he wasn't able to get the double ravage, but he did in those team fights. Ravage where would typically have been down, it was up solely because of refresher, and so it worked out very well.
I think a team just recently did that. Actually, I think it was EG. I think they just recently played a Tide with who went refresher, and also he refreshed Shivas. So it was pretty monstrous. Obviously, Shivas gives you that mana that you need to be able to pull it off, and also it makes for some just insane DPS burst that Tide can do. But aside from that, we do see CM and Slaughter are taken, so finally some deviation here from complexity. Desperately needed. Hopefully not too little too late for them, as they have just lost 2 consecutive games, and now are in danger of giving up the entire series here in this third and what could be a final game here if mouz goes ahead and picks accordingly. So mouz, they pick their first. They're pretty much their I don't know. They're just known for those now. They're known for that VS and that Beastmaster, and I really like the fact that they take VS, not only just because I think it's probably one of the best, if not the best support heroes, but simply also because they know that complexity likes it as well, and it's just worked great for them. Maybe they've been favoring it so much simply because they've been aware of Clockwork. That could be possible. It could be that they're getting it, knowing full well that maybe that complexity is going to be running Clockwork, and they know that it's great against it, and it pretty much nullifies that ideal pickoff. So yeah, I don't see a Clockwork. I don't see Clockwork this game. Again, I really would hope that complexity does not fall into that trap again. Does not go for Clockwork after it has already failed numerously.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and we'll have to see. They do still need a long lane though, so we'll have to wait and see what that is.
Yeah, especially now with an additional slow off the back of Venomancer, it does very well against Clockwork. I have to say, I like the picks of Complexity right now. I mean, you can't tell a whole lot about their picks because presumably you have the Nature's Prophet Suicide Lane, but Slaughter can fill. He's a very versatile hero, and which is why we're seeing him more often being picked up in his 2, 3, or third pick. Is because he is generally pretty versatile for sort of a semi-carry or initiator. He can fill a lot of different roles in that regard. He doesn't have to go a hard carry. He doesn't have to go a complete initiator. He can go somewhere in between. And so really Complexity has picked up their 3, and you can't really tell a whole lot what they're going to do. Something interesting, Windrunner making it all the way through the first set of picks and bans, now being banned out by mouz, surprisingly. I really think that they would have liked to have a Windrunner on their team. I mean, they have the setup for him, unless they plan on running Beastmaster as a suicide lane again. I really would think that they would have wanted a Windrunner. He's such a powerful hero. And
well,
I don't think Complexity would have been able to pick him up, so they must have something else in mind.
I don't know. If I'm Complexity here, I feel like they would most definitely get that Windrunner first chance they can right here.
Yeah, I just hate the fact that they, and then in that case, you're either going to have Nature's Prophet middle, or I just really don't like a Nature's Prophet in jungle. I think he's a very weak jungler. I mean, obviously, he's a very weak jungler. He's just the only advantage he has is being able to teleport.
Right.
And I don't know, does Complexity run a whole lot of jungle? I mean, aside from the fact where you can't win your suicide lane at all,
well,
you're forced
I can tell
to the
you
jungle.
that they did when they first came onto the scene. They had a fluff on.
10 seconds remaining.
They'd fluff on Prophet a lot. They'd fluff on Chen a lot. And it kind of worked for them, wouldn't you say? I mean, they pretty much beat everybody in that early phase of their arrival. And again, we're gonna have that Chikiro, so they're not willing to give up completely. They're not willing to give up these new picks. We'll see what their last pick is, but yeah. Anyways, and I know that Fluff definitely. I think Complexity would agree that Fluff's Furion is more potent than Hannah's Furion, and Hannah has a really good Windrunner. That's why I might have thought that, but that's not going to be the case, obviously, as we see 2 supports, and obviously we're going to see Hannah again on that Furion, and we'll see if it's going to be a better scenario than it was game 1, because that Furion game 1 was just unfortunate because he had no farm, no levels even, for the longest time up in that top lane against that tri lane, and it did not work out well. But we are going to see a Night Stalker actually finally come out. I was wondering when we were going to see some Night Stalker. And Night Stalker is going to be very, very effective against these squishy support heroes, obviously. And we'll see. I don't know. I don't think I've seen too much mouz Night Stalker. We'll have to see. Oh, and the sniper. No, I've been waiting for this one. I knew this one. This one was in the bag. It was in the bag of goodies somewhere, and I guess it's coming out now.
Oh, really? So you've watched Complexity running the sniper before. Now, my question is, I've seen a couple teams run this in scrims, but they haven't really run it in a tournament game at all. Do they go into shrapnel? I mean, they do have sort of these pushes with Jakiro and Nature's Prophet. Do they go into shrapnel at all?
Yeah, I think they will. I honestly, to be completely honest, I think that they're so against the ropes right now that I think they're going to do a build on sniper that they've never actually practiced before. I think that's really where we're at right now. And that build being, I don't even know if I should say it. I'll get into it later if I start to see it materialize. Let's just put it this way: it's an item build, and it's pretty unconventional, and we'll see if that's indeed the way they choose to go with it. But the answer is Void. Void going to be laned obviously with 2 very strong babysitters, and the question is who is going to be solo aside on the long lane, if anybody. So maybe they're going to do 2-1-2.
Well, I think that they might run the Beastmaster in the Suicide lane again with the Night Stalker middle, but you're right. They could also run a 2-1-2. It is an option.
I like yours better.
They have to watch out for the Furon ganks, and it looks like we're going to have to rehost. But in the meanwhile, really kind of surprised. I don't know. They set up for a nice hard carry in his Faceless Void, and Faceless Void does enter in the mid game very well with his ultimate, and can get things done very well. But they also have the aura stacking: Vengeful Spirit, minus armor, Command aura, or excuse me, Vengeance aura is what it's called. And then on top of that, Beastmasters, extra auras. But
rehost.
End game. Anyway, so that's going to do a lot of work, and that's going to have allow Void to come in much earlier than normal, and be able to output a lot of damage that normally you wouldn't be able to see a Void be able to put out so early on. So in that regards, they're going to be able to address sort of the mid game very well of Complexity. They're going to have the auto attacking damage from Void, with the combined 28% extra damage from Venge, and then the 32 extra attack speed or something like that. I can't remember the exact stats, but it's the same amount, and stacking auras like that is always extremely helpful for any hard carry. So I like what mouz is running. It's just I'm just wondering how hard of a carry they're going to run, because we normally don't see mouz. They like to run it into the gank strategy and not necessarily pushes, but just heavy team fight, heavy ganking. And win in that regards, and we don't usually see them run a very hard carry, which Void is.
Yeah, it's really going to help in mid game for sure. We'll see. They definitely have the late game. The thing is though, the range of Sniper is just, if you don't catch Sniper in that Void ult, then I don't know. It's kind of like that simple, it feels like, especially considering you can kind of assume the 4 staffs are gonna be coming out from Complexity. So if you don't get that Sniper, and that Sniper has any farm whatsoever in that ult, he's just gonna rain down the hurt, assuming he has some decent farm. So you're gonna have to really keep an eye out for these Trixie ults. And Trixie's been playing so well so far, so I would expect nothing less than some superb ults. As we're gonna see 4 down bottom from Complexity, and 3 up top for mouz. But going over who's playing what, we have been neglecting, I believe, is Fluff on Jakiro, Henna on Nature's Prophet, TC on Slardar, Geo on Sniper, and Mike on Crystal Maiden. And for the Dire side, we've got Dement on Vengeful Spirit, Sing Sing on Beastmaster, Trixie on Faceless Void, Rexy on Veno, and Sexy Bambo on NS.
Right away, mouz starting out with the lead. picking up the big treant kill. What is that, like an extra 10 gold or something?
Huge.
They already got wards going down, so it looks like they are going to be running that Beastmaster in the suicide lane once again. So he's just going to be sitting back. And again, on either side, he does very well because he could just cut down those trees. I'm surprised Sing Sing didn't run out immediately and cut down the trees. He didn't even skill it yet. So I'm a little bit surprised because usually when you do run that suicide lane, taking away those trees and taking away basically the element of surprise gives you a very big advantage that most of the heroes don't have when they're forced to suicide lane like that. So I'm a little bit surprised, but maybe because he's going to be forced to sit back, maybe he's going to pick up Call of the Wild and just try and give some extra vision for his team. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Well, he's successfully blocked his lane so that the range creep, which does more damage, that does the most damage in the wave, is already dead. So that lane is going to push towards him regardless. So it was a pretty good trade. We'll see if him not. I mean, he can always cut down the trees right now if he really wants to. But it was a good block. It's very easy to do on that side. But meanwhile, we're going to have. Let's see what's going on up top. Again, we've got the Hannah up top. The Hannah Furion solo. We'll see how long this lasts. And oh, look at Hannah. He's like, the hell with this. I remember game 1. I know what this looks like. I'm going to the damn jungle. The hell with you guys. So immediately, obviously, the tri lane is in effect up top, and he's going to abandon top. So it's going to be free farm for Trixie up top, which is a scary thought. Free farm on obviously on a void is just scary, considering he's already going to be assisted to scaling into mid game with the heroes on his team. He is going to be forced probably a lot sooner than later. And let's see if they can see if Complexity can answer down bottom by equally making it a difficult lane for Sing Sing. Sing Sing not going to be very easily ganked with those axes though by Furion. So he's going to go ahead and what's he doing? Interesting. He's going to go and abandon the lane. He knows where Furion is. He's going to go try and maybe mess with Furion or try and get a gank or something. I'm not sure what he's doing. It's a pretty interesting move here by Sing Sing to say the least.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try and pick up a double kill on middle. Sexy Bamboo trying to chase down Mike's Mike. And that little extra nuke coming out from Beastmaster is going to be exactly what helps get that kill. So, well done by mouz. Great communication, having both top and bottom lane
in the rune.
For the game.
Illusion.
Yeah, nice. So first blood goes to, who was that anyways? It was VS. So VS going to be able to do some. What is he going to do with that money? He's still got 600. He hasn't spent it yet. He hasn't upped the career. We're going to have a go here, actually, on Sexy Bambo. He's going to get frozen as well. It should be enough. A couple more hits. He's very tanky. Oh, and it's just barely enough. Ike's Mike getting that answer as soon as the support leaves mid lane. Strong play there from Complexity, identifying the opportunity. And they're going to tie it up 1-1.
Yeah, that's really, at least you still have the solace of, well, we got first blood gold. But it's just really unfortunate trading kills like that when you did get such a great advantage from that first blood. I mean, 1v2, picking up first blood is exactly what you want. But Sexy and Bamboo is back to farming, and he's going to be able to, at the very least, because they're running 2-1-2 across the board, on top of that, Hannah is going to be able to not get a whole lot of farm out of jungle. Once Night Stalker does hit that first nighttime, he's going to be very, very deadly. Ike's Mike is going to be popped pretty much 2 nukes. Hannah's going to be popped by 2 nukes. Even Geo on that sniper, all of them are pretty much begging for a Night Stalker gank. So really, Sexy Bambo is going to have to step it up during that first nighttime and really set his dominance early on. Otherwise, it could be that Geo gets a little bit too much farm and starts getting away with it.
Yeah, it's possible, but then again, obviously you've got the amazing farm on Trixie so far. Let's just go ahead and compare. It's been pretty much free farm for both parties. So we've got 20-6 on Geo compared to 25-4. So, or 26-4. Yeah, 26-4 on Trixie compared to 27. So a little bit better for Trixie than Geo. Obviously, it's going to be. Simply it's going to be a little bit more easy. Actually, a lot more easy to last hit as a Trixie. As a faceless void than it is as a sniper. But regardless, the slight advantage there for Trixie, and I mean that's really something to worry about, honestly. Well, it's gonna be interesting to see what he chooses to go though, considering how unembedded he is right now and just not even remotely in danger. He can go straight offensive. Doesn't have to do that. He's gonna go ahead and get treads. Obviously, that was pretty obvious. But after that, it's going to be a kind of a question is what he's going to go to what he's going to choose to go first item.
Rexy doing a very good job taking jungle with the wards, popping stacks when he can, and pretty much just setting up wards and over and over and over again, just pulling and doing what work he can. But he did pop smoke, and he's ready to go on middle. So haste being popped on Sexy Bamboo, and that is very dense to see. They're going to come in with a slow, trying to dodge it, but it still doesn't work. A couple more hits, and they are going to pick up this kill. Sexy Bamboo is actually kind of low here. He has the nuke. He's just going to throw it on Slardar and try and get out. One more hit. Is it going to go down? 42 health, and no, he goes down to 8 health. Nature's Prophet trying to teleport him in, and he doesn't get it. Sexy Bamboo running way too fast with that haste, barely gets out of an auto attack from Hannah that would have been the death of him. Really well done. Sort of, that was very, very close. If they had traded kills there, that would have been really, really poor for mouz. It would have been not worth it at all because I took away Venomancer's time in order to try and get that gank. But they did get it. TC is only level 5, and Night Stalker is already setting up very, very well. He has his bottle. He's going to be able to pick up those items. He's going to be able to pick up an urn, hopefully, at least midway through the first night. And he's going to be very, very deadly. So we're going to have to keep an eye on him.
Yes, we are, and the urn, is it coming out now? No, not coming out just yet. But yeah, 1 to 3. Good kill there from mouz. Although I'm not sure exactly. It seems like the teleport from Furion could have been placed better, maybe, and maybe probably gotten that kill. Although I'm not sure if he was aware of or accounted for that haste. Obviously, that's what he wasn't aware of. I mean, that's obviously what he didn't account for was that haste. He got past it too quickly. But either way, a little bit unfortunate for that he was unable to do that. And it's still, so it's pretty much gone unanswered. mouz Sing Sing is illusion. Phase. Okay, so all right, I'll go ahead and say the interesting build on Sniper is, and if he continues with it, is gonna be phase as well as drums. So we will see if that actually is the case. Nice catch there, Harry.
Oh, it's very interesting, and obviously in the lane he's going to be able to do very, very well with the huge amount of damage, and he does max shrapnel. So they're going to be able to do some serious tower damage on top of that. Sing Sing only at level 5 with 1 level of wild axes. He's not going to be able to put a whole lot of stop to this pushing that Geo's constantly going to be able to go left to the tower over and over and over again. And so mouz, hopefully they're going to pay attention to that, and sooner or later they're gonna go in and put a stop to Sniper before he does pick up that tower. But in the meanwhile, they're just farming away, free farm at top, and then obviously the jungle as well from Rexy. They're doing a very good job. But respectively, Hannah and Fluff are both doing jungles on their own. So all around the farm is going in the way of the Dire so far, but not by very much.
Yeah, pretty even. As we got some pings, and it looks to be some gank action. It is nighttime. Sexy Bamboo trying to get that gank on. Obviously, Geo is aware, and so is Fluff, and they are. They do have a very fresh ward up, actually. So they actually, he's probably in full vision. Actually, if I hit F3, yeah, he is in full vision. So they're not going to get ganked, at least down bottom by that. He's going to rotate mid. Actually, they're going to have a go here. Dement is going to go down in mid. Nicely done. Nice awareness, actually, from Complexity. Knowing full well where the location of Bamboo is, they go ahead and turn that gank on in mid. Nicely done. And we're going to have Sexy Bamboo just wandering right now. Not successfully doing much right now. He's going to head mid, and at worst case scenario, he's just going to go back to farming. But really, that's not what you do as a night stalker. Obviously, during nighttime, you go and you get kills. Now, Fluff is in a little bit of danger. If he gets caught out here, he could easily go down. Urn's not quite yet finished though for Sexy Bamboo. And now Geo, what is Geo doing? Geo's going to get ulted here. Geo's going to go down. That was just unlucky. He's going to go down. He's not going to get away from that. Just kind of careless, really. I mean, I'm not sure why he was out there without. Let's just say I'm not sure why he was out there. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, Complexity, I was just going to talk about how well Complexity, they had the ward in middle, so they know exactly if Night Stalker's not in lane. And then, obviously, they do have that laning ward down at bottom. Really, all they're missing is some sort of river ward. But they did ward very, very well, and they're ready for the first nighttime. And excusing that one death, they were all set up. 3 minutes into nighttime, and Night Stalker hadn't gotten a kill with it yet.
And now
Fluff is actually going to potentially go down here. Trixie's easily going to help pick up that kill. Nice ultimate. Oh, very well placed ultimate, even though it wasn't necessarily needed. It was still very well placed.
Yeah. unnecessary, but still. In the event that it caught TC, it would have been even nicer. But regardless, TC would have been fine. Either way, what started as a nice nighttime for Complexity has turned into 2 kills, which by anyone's standards is, I would say, sufficient. So if he can get any more, that's just icing on the cake. But Sexy Membo has done his job. He has that urn, and it's in his stash. He's gonna be getting it shortly. Meanwhile, the Perseverance comes out for Trixie, and the TP as well. So Trixie now has to make sure he stays away from Rexy. Doesn't matter. TC is not gonna get caught either way. Rexy shows himself. IXMite comes out with more wards on the chicken. Desperately needed. Actually, they might catch him here.
Regeneration.
He's gonna run to that tower. It's gonna be close, actually. Oh, he's gonna keep going. It shouldn't be enough. There's no. He doesn't have that urn yet. He does actually have invis though, so he would have been able to dive, but and get away eventually. But it doesn't matter. Not enough damage. Geo does have. He's like I said, he is working towards that drum. You see that brace? It would have been nicer for him to have that earlier, but he would have actually lived. Come to think of it, had he just not gotten that phase so early and gotten that bracer beforehand. Now, when you think back to that TP that he did, and he was 1 hit away, he would have lived. So, but either way, you can't really fault too much for that early. But we're gonna have some movement up top here. It looks like mouz 3 up top. Yep, and they got 1 farming in mid, and it looks like Fluff's gonna get caught out again.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe even TC might get caught out here. Actually, they're just going to pass out Fluff, and they're just going to go right on TC. And I think it's a really smart move. I don't think they would have gotten both kills.
Oh,
but,
my goodness.
Man,
They're going to have a turnaround. Yeah, Rexy actually going to go down before anything. TC is in danger of going down as well. He does turn around and trying to get kill the Hawk. It looked like he was going for the kill on the Hawk. Fluff unable to get back in the lane because of the ult there, but they're going to try and make it a 2-for-1 exchange here. Unfortunately, it is 2 supports, and now it's a 2-for-2 exchange. Oh, 1 more, nice. Now all 3 supports actually go down for mouz. Overall, nice exchange there, but unfortunately, TC does go down in that exchange. I feel like he might have actually gone away. I didn't actually keep an eye on him towards the middle of that fight. It looked like he turned around and went back in and engaged, but either way, those are some much needed kills. All the supports were pretty much, except Fluff, Mike was around, Geo was around. They got the experience and the gold they needed. And just like that, the gold graph now dips up towards 0.
Yeah, really, I mean, on top of that, Trixie is now forced to jungle pretty much because there was 3 heroes in his lane. I'm surprised they didn't take the opportunity to do a little bit of chip damage. I mean, especially since they're maxing shrapnel. At least they could have pushed out and gotten at least 1 shrapnel on that top tower. If they can take away that extra protection for Trixie, and maybe keep the lane back as much as possible, that could really take away a lot of farm. And they really do need to address Trixie before he picks up that Battle Fury. He's about to pick up the Claymore, and then after that, he's just 1 item away from really Farm Town. So they need to either try and address him or get some really big team fights in without Rexy.
Alright, well, the drum and the phase boot item build of Sniper is now complete, and we will see how laughable or how successful this is. Obviously, the concept behind it is move speed. So the point is that he should be mobile, and he should be able to survive because of it. But the problem is that is good on paper, and we will see how effective that is in this game. There's a lot of slow, a lot of really heavy slow that there's really just no amount of phase booting and drums of endurancing is going to really cancel. So we'll see how realistic that is, and if that comes back and haunts him. But any other item pickups? Let's go over some items. We have Urn on Hannah, Urn on Nature's Prophet. We still have that Vitality Booster. I'm not missing anything. Vitality Booster on TC, working towards that Vanguard. Phase Boots and Drums on Geo, and that's pretty much it. For the other team, we've got that Perseverance still on Trixie, and he is working towards... Oh wait, we're going to have a dive here down bottom. Actually, TC and company. Holy crap, major dive right there from Complexity. Now Sexy Bambo, I'm not sure what he's thinking this is a good fight to go on or not, but the stun misses. Oh, because that free, that should be enough actually to finish off that kill. Nicely done. Good ult there. Actually, never mind. It's just a 1 ult finishing off Fluff. 2 for 1 right now. 2 for 3 actually. So the response is in time actually, and what turned into a nice 1 kill did not exactly pay off for Complexity.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. On top of that, I mean, it's a nice idea having, you know, Jakiro with an ultimate, and then being locked down by, like, you know, Crusade and Nature's Prophet. But if the Sprout comes first, you know, that's not really work so much.
And that's true. Indeed, wasn't actually in that fight, was he? I can't remember.
Yeah, he was.
Not doing enough damage
He was
just
in
yet.
that fight, and he was get away. So that at least is the silver lining for Complexity. But meanwhile, Trixie is right back to top where he belongs, farming away, and he's gonna have that Battle Fury in just a couple 400 gold, and he's gonna have it. And really, I'm not sure what Complexity is gonna do after that. I mean, once he gets that Battle Fury, he's gonna be safe in the jungle pretty much. He's gonna have his team set up wards, set up laning ward, and he's just gonna be bouncing back and forth, getting an exponential amount of farm from both his lane and his jungle. So it looks like they are gonna try and address him here, but can they really? I mean, they have to lock stuns very, very well. It looks like they are gonna try and pick up the Dement kill at least. They're gonna be able to pick up a support. Hannah also teleporting in just to make sure they get the kill, and maybe they can push this tower.
Yeah,
Maybe
nice job.
that'll be what helps them, but Geo isn't there, so unless he's gonna start teleporting now, they're gonna try and 4-on-4 this. And no, and it looks like mouz is actually gonna abandon top tower, and they're gonna try and pick off Geo here. Sexy Bamboo is all ready. He doesn't have a nighttime, but they do have the ultimate coming out from Sing Sing, and that is a very dead Geo. Teleport's coming in. They might actually not pick off Geo. Geo with a surprising amount of health. Sexy Bamboo is actually gonna get traded here, so nice teleports in from Complexity.
Yeah, he's got drums for you know, 9 attributes, and he's got armor. He actually lived a good deal right there. And wow, that was a massive net gain there for Complexity. They got that tower up top, followed by with a kill right before it, and then they got a kill there on Night Stalker, and actually with Sniper they got the kill. So slight momentum shift. Let's see if it's been reflected yet. Yeah, the Radiant jumps up in gold, although that gold graph is still at 500, 1,000 increment, or 500 increments, so it's not a whole lot at all really. And the experience, it does dip down towards 0 to you know, to come back to a balance there for Complexity. So much needed, but like you said, that Battle Fury is on the horizon, and as soon as he gets that, his farm is just going to jump up even more, and you just, I don't know, you just can't really compete. If you can't kite with Sniper, then and he has it, and if you can't kite with Sniper, then you're done. I mean, like, there's no, you're not gonna outright click a farmed. And we're gonna have an invis gank here. Actually, Rex is going to go down. Oh, when the swap comes out, is it gonna be enough? A couple more right clicks. The stun does come out on Trixie, and look at all the heals. Rex healed up to full, almost. It doesn't matter though. The swap does pay for it with his life, but they're gonna have to try and get an answer here. Now Hannah's in a little bit dangerous. He's just kind of sitting there. The snipe does come out, and it was really close. It was really close, and not quite enough though. 20 HP left, but nice gank nonetheless. We're gonna have it go here on Mike. Mike, unfortunately, is going to go down because he is quite farmed at Trixie. Easily taken down. And TP's back in, trying to get a couple right clicks and then an ult, no doubt, but it was unable to make it happen. And the haste is actually taking up top in the bottle. Oh, great pickup there in that bottle nonetheless. So he's going to go ahead and farm. Daylight is arrived now, so he's just going to be stuck farming for a while now.
And it's really interesting that they had Beastmaster actually maxing out Call the Wild, first of all, which is not atypical. Greater Boar is insane. But then they had him max out Inner Beast right away. So clearly they won Trixie in these team fights as fast as humanly possible. Otherwise, they would have maxed out Wild Axes and had him go along with that Night Stalker, like that gank in middle. There was a huge, massive amount of damage that was missing due to Axes being level 1. And actually, action to top, Sexy Bamboo running away with a haste. TC, even with his sprint, is still trying to keep up, but it's a haste, man.
Oh, they can't
do it. But actually, Geo's going to try and get in here.
Oh, and the vision, nice! Oh, the global ult's not enough. Oh my gosh, nicely done with the urn and the magic wand, able to keep himself alive. Sexy Bamboo with that haste, just too slippery. And they committed a lot of resources to trying to get that kill. But now they're all 5 mid. Actually, never mind, TC just said that. He's going to TP bottom. Oh, and that could be his life. Actually, no, he's got a 2v2 situation. Trixie does not have another ult for 20 seconds. They're going to try and do what they can to get a killer on Dement. Unfortunately, that Sprout might have saved the life the VS, and then instead of maybe 1-for-1, it's just a 1-for-none exchange. It's quite possible that Sprout might have saved the life there of that VS, and now we've got TC. His sprint is gonna run out right now. We'll see if he's gonna be caught out of position. We do have Sexy Bambo. He's gonna run right into Sexy Bambo, and instead they're gonna try. Now it's actually Sexy Bambo that's out of position. He has no haste this time, and TC should easily go pick up this kill, or Geo at least. Or split. Never mind. No one's gonna get the kill. The ult does come out. Geo now is in danger. They cannot kill him within this. He should be able to run away, but he's not gonna matter. They are gonna get him, and he's easily gonna go down, especially with that Rexy ult. And now TC is gonna go down as well. And TC is nice macro fire though. That's gonna be enough to get 1 kill, but is it gonna be worth it? Now they're gonna have to walk into it. But macro fire does not last quite long enough. The freeze should come out here. Oh man, unfortunate. Unfortunate. Now Hannah comes in. Hannah might be in danger of going down as well here if they're not careful. Crystal Maiden gets that kill on Dement. And now, like I said, Hannah is in danger of going. He does get the ult off, but it's not enough. Now Ike's Mike is in danger of going down yet again. Oh, the axes missed. That might have been it. It might have been all they needed. Now Ike's Mike should be fine. Actually, the axes, like you said, are only level 1, so that wouldn't have been a kill. But either way, crazy action.
Yeah, and they are benefiting. I mean, Trixie is getting in these team fights every single time, and he's getting out as well. So he's picking up a lot of farm. My question is, Nature's Prophet, is he going for an Agatims? Because he has 2k in the bank, and he didn't try and grab an early minus or anything, so he didn't grab that farm build. And I'm really surprised he doesn't have the token, the medallion. In conjunction with Slardar, with that extra minus armor. I assume what they were going for was he was going to have minus armor auto attacks. Slardar was going to have minus armor auto attacks, and in this 20-minute mark, they were going to go around trying to pick off heroes left and right. Just every single time TC's in a lane, he's farming away, and then Hannah comes in. But he's saving that gold, and I wonder what he's going to go for.
It might be for Sheep. I'm not sure. He just bought pretty much all of it.
Yeah, it's got to be Sheetan, because I think he just picked up an ult.
No, I think it's Mech.
What?
I think he just picked up Mech. Unless he picked. Okay. All right, we're gonna have a goat.
Right.
We're gonna have a gank here. TC gonna pop that sprint, and it should be enough. Dement is no assist. No, there's no assistance for Dement at all. Hopefully Hannah doesn't root here, and the sun's coming out. Okay. So see if they can turn that into maybe a Rosh or something. They're all in the vicinity. And indeed, they go and choose to do that. We'll see if this works out. Fortunately for them, there's no Blink Slardar that's going to go in and steal it for them this time. And we'll see how this works out. So, Rexy's going to come in and try and do nothing. If they steal this somehow, Mouse is just going to be known for this forever. Watch them steal it with some random...
Trixie has an ultimate. He's timing it. What a time!
He picks it up. And Dire gets it. Oh my god, that's twice in 2 games. Unbelievable. Rexy gonna go down because he's sitting in that macro power. One more hit's gonna be enough. Nice macro power, no doubt. But where is Sniper? Sniper is sitting on this high ground. Nicely done. Nice positioning from Sniper. Actually, he almost goes down to this poison. He has well, and they're gonna be chasing Fluff, and that was not working. Again, mouz just styling, just completely taking Rosh and Token once again.
The timing, man. I mean, every single time, Boar, leap in, steal Roche. You would think eventually Complexity's gonna wise up to that and just make sure next time that they pick off 2 heroes next time, and when they try and pick up Roche. But man, just Trixie doing work right now. I mean, he has Yasha, he has Battle Fury, and now he has an Aegis. He's practically winning the game right now.
Yeah, that's huge.
It's a few more items, and it's gonna be impossible.
These Rosh snipes are just insane. They're working insanely well for mouz in these games. Complete momentum shifters in both times they've happened. And that's right, they've happened twice in the same day in the same matchup. mouz, that's twice now. First time it was a Slardar that blinked in, stunned, got the kill, and got the Rosh kill and took the Aegis. And this time it's Trixie. So Trixie, no ult. Not gonna be able to get much from here. Nope. We have a bit of a response. We'll see if they can turn this around. Leaf's just gonna come out. No, Leaf is not down for a couple more seconds.
Manta's coming.
Burn out. Oh my gosh! And he jukes it just barely, just fraction of a second jukes it.
His ult is up, and he has Manta. They can turn this.
Yeah, easily they can do this, and they have Aegis. They're gonna do just that. Leaf is gonna be up right now. They're gonna catch a couple people. Sniper, where's Sniper? And they're gonna catch 3 people. Huge ult. absolutely huge. Sniper is just now TPing in. Nice macro fire and a nice, nicely done. It's actually gonna be enough, but it's just gonna pop it. And now, but look at Geo. Geo's in danger of going down here. Indeed, he does go down before he can do too much. So really just the item build not really panning out so well. And now Trixie is fat as that. And that is going to be four going down here. Fluff shortly going down here as well. Sing in danger of going down. But is he going to go down? No, he is going to go down actually to the fire. But still, 4 go down there. But they do lose Aegis. It would have been a 4 for, I mean, it would have been a flat win for Complexity. If these Rosh snipes, if they wouldn't give up these Roshes, I mean, it's not like they gave it up, but you gotta hand it to Mouz for making those plays. If it wasn't for those Rosh plays, they would not have just won this team. And Trixie would not be as ahead as he is.
Tower has fallen.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, an Aegis on the opposite side would have done some serious work, and could potentially, you know, a changed team fight could then snowball a little bit more, and then, you know, losing a couple team fights on Mouz would really hurt them. And the next thing you know, they'd be popping up racks. And you're absolutely right. Just those little plays. Night Stalker is still level 10. That's something that amazes me. Level 18 Faceless Void.
That's huge.
Level 10 Night Stalker.
Yeah. Not to mention how unlucky it was just that that stun, literally like fraction of a millisecond too slow on Void up top before he leaped away from it, and then they all just turned. IXMite got kind of caught, and then he got a nice. So Trixie landed a great ult on 3 heroes, and Sniper wasn't in the fight fast enough. I guess I'm not sure. I wasn't actually keeping tabs too much on where Sniper was beforehand. I just remember keeping tabs of when he TP'd in. And he just wasn't there early enough, and he would have been, you know, it would have been great, but it doesn't matter. I mean, that's water under the bridge, really. And the real fact of the matter is that they got caught with their pants down, 3 people in an ult that was going to be hugely successful, regardless of where Sniper was. We're going to have a smoke gank. When in doubt, you know, smoke up, I guess, if you're Complexity, and we're going to see how successful this is. TC doesn't have BKB yet. No, let's see who they go on. They throw that. No, there's nowheres. They know that they're not in sight. But regardless, it would from the positioning of Mouz, it looks like they know they're there.
Yeah, absolutely.
They know something.
Vlad's now being picked up on Beastmaster. That's just a little bit extra now.
Maybe it's. Oh, they're gonna have an invis. They're gonna go here. What's going on?
Oh,
Oh, they're gonna catch him, and he does not have a BKB. He's about to start it. Oh, nice pick off. They're gonna go ahead and pick off that Night Stalker. He does have the Ogre Club on the BKB. They're gonna try and pick one more. He's unable. Access is used. Now Demand's gonna pay with his life. Big Trixie will come in here. He grabs 3. Nice open from Rexy as well. Fluff and IXMite going down dramatically fast. TC gonna try and do work on Rexy. Rexy already got his ult off. IXMite magically is still alive, and so is Geo. Geo gonna go ahead and land an ult. And TC's still alive. He needs to get some right clicks in, and he is. He's going to land his shrapnel. Nicely done. This is what I was talking about. Now same thing, getting repeatedly mini bash, and nice 4 for 2 trade right there from Complexity.
Wow, the headshots and those bashes. TC, that bash, right at the end, right as Faceless Void was about to try and leap away. Incredibly lucky timing.
Hacks.
Incredibly lucky hacks.
Indeed. Well, is that enough, though, is the question. I mean, you got to realize that wasn't just a straight team fight. That was, unfortunately, that was just Night Stalker getting caught. He thought he was safe, and by all means, he probably should have been, but Sentry Ward was just right there, and I don't know if they placed it knowing he was there. Actually, they probably saw him invis from their first Sentry Ward.
Yeah, I think they just caught a glimpse of him, and then the mass
predicted it.
came out.
Yeah, and predicted it, and then they got that pick off, and that was huge. I mean, obviously that silence is absolutely monstrous, and he can just kind of tunnel vision somebody, especially when he finishes when he finishes that when he finishes that BKB, which he only has the axe right now, the Ogre Club. He only has Ogre Club and 450 gold, so he's not that close. But when he does, if that target is Geo, that is going to be a world of pain. Fortunately for Geo, he is going to obviously go for that Manta, and he will be able to either get out of a slow or a silence. Probably the slow. Obviously the slow. He doesn't necessarily need to be on silence to do his work. But when he can do that, it's going to be huge. He does have 2,500 gold, so he is very close. He just needs that Manta. And when he gets that Manta, as long as he, like I said at the very start of the game, as long as he does not get caught in the Void ult, he will be able to do work. Like, these are going to be at least a little closer, at least up until the point where BKB is taken, and that's going to be a little bit while. So this next team fight, assuming Geo has that Manta, and assuming he does not get ulted by Void, it should be at least a heads-up battle. It shouldn't be just anybody dramatically in the favor, although the farm on Faceless Void is just huge. 28 minutes in.
It's rather insane. And really, I'm wondering how well Complexity is going to do in the late game. Usually, just right off the bat, we would say Faceless Void, oh, they win the late game. Really, with the Sniper in combination with Slardar and Nature's Prophet, they wouldn't do terrible in the late game. So if they can try and recover with some farm and come in before Trixie has a BKB, if they can lock him down, because they're stacking everything on a Faceless Void. He has tons of farm, yes, and that's awesome, but they're also stacking all kinds of auras, and the rest of his team doesn't really do a whole lot. So if they can crowd control him down, if Furion's able to pick up a Sheepstick anytime soon, which he doesn't look like he's going to be getting.
No, he's going to get it first.
Or staff, so that crowd control is kind of out there. That's a ways away. But if Slaughter can keep bashing him down, maybe with the BKB, I don't know. They have a chance in like the 35 to 40 minute mark. They don't necessarily have to push right away and try and force fights.
Yeah. Well, I really do like the synergy that you did mention. The synergy between Slardar and Sniper. It's really easy to actually translate that, the ult from Slardar into effectiveness from Geo, because Geo has such a long range and such fast move speed. Now that he has Manta, and he does pick that up, that he really is. It's a really good chance that he can focus whoever does have that debuff on them. Whereas that's more often than not, that's often just kind of nice. It's kind of just like a nice thing to be able to do. Like, oh, fortunately for us, our carry was able to focus who Slardar ulted. But in this scenario, it should be pretty easy with that move speed and that range and that mobility. He should be able to do it. And it should be big damage, because that minus armor and Geo's relatively decent farm, he's going to be hitting very, 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 very hard. And it's working out pretty well so far, the way these team fights have happened, because TC is relatively tanky. He's shortly going to have that BKB. And last team fight, he was in the thick of it. He was in the very thick of it, and it was perfect. He was kind of like just the distraction, kind of the meat shield, and Geo was able to put work in, basically. And we'll see if they're able to do that, as we're gonna see again. God, if I'm Complexity, I just get nightmares now when I look at the general Roshan area. I mean, it's just, if you give it up again, if Mouse somehow takes it again, like, if I was I would uninstall the game at that point. I think it's so demoralizing.
It's really unfortunate. The Slardar picking up his BKB fairly shortly. I think it's coming to him right now. But unfortunately, Faceless Void gets it at the same time. If they could have forced a fight right as he got his BKB, but before Void picked up his, I really think they could have had a strong chance. But now, Faceless Void with his own BKB, there's no stopping him. There's no crowd control. There's nothing they can do about it. It's, 10 seconds of unadulterated, just pure rage coming out from Faceless Void.
Well, I've got to point out something that has no doubt been going on for all of these games, and has no doubt been a major factor to why they love Beastmaster. You got to realize that Complexity is known, as we're going to have an engagement here shortly, Complexity is known for smoke ganks. And what just happened is in their own jungle, when they started that smoke, is the Hawk was above them. And you've got to imagine that's been happening the entire game. As we got to make sure Geo does not get ulted here from this Trixie. So what I'm saying is that has got to be one of the reasons why they have been first picking this Beastmaster, is because against Complexity and against top tier teams in general, smoke gangs are so huge. But Complexity is just known for smoking up, like, whenever they feel down. Like, whenever they're having a down day, a rainy day, they smoke. So if you can have that Hawk just map hacking at all times, you're going to eliminate that possibility of the patented Complexity comeback, come from behind nerdiness smoke gank, because they do that, and that's what happened. This entire wasted time that Complexity has just happened was all because they were caught smoking underneath of a Hawk way in their own jungle, And keep an eye on that hawk. Let's see if we can find where the hawk is. The hawk is now on the hunt again. Although there's no smokes, no nebula smokes coming right now. He's actually just waiting for the he's actually just keeping it around Rosh, because obviously Rosh is up, and this is going to go down. One way or another, it's going to go down. Slardar obviously is, honestly, if I'm Complexity, I would probably ignore Rosh. Just like, don't do it. Because if you're going to do it, you know it's going to be stolen. It's going to be stolen by Trixie, again. It's impossible for it not to be. You've got Sing Sing's Hawk, and Trixie's massive level 3 ult. There's no way it's not going to be stolen. So, I mean, I wouldn't even, unless Trixie is dead, and unless mouz is dead, unless Sing Sing is dead, one or the other, then I wouldn't even consider initiating it. See, now this is good for them because they're not the one initiating it. This might actually be decent for Complexity. They're gonna have the high ground advantage. Where's the hawk? I don't see it. Oh, and the massive bolt. It does grab 2 people, but it does not grab Geo. Geo's gonna go ahead and try and do work. Fluff unable to do anything. He is silenced. Fluff the caster is gonna go down before doing a damn thing. Trixie is on the run. His BKB is up. The ult comes out there from TC. The ult comes out from Beastmaster onto TC. Where is Sniper? Where is Sniper? I've lost track of Sniper. There he is. He is just right-clicking people. Oh, the stun comes out on Geo. Geo goes down quickly. Nice coordinated, quick focus change right there from mouz. They just very, very quickly jumped in on him and threw a stun out, and very effective teamwork and coordination there from, oh my gosh, they almost just lost that. That was literally about 5 units from being lost as well. So they're going to win a team fight here, and they're going to also get this Rosh. So nicely done there from mouz.
Yeah, I mean, really, Complexity is going to have to come up with something rather insane in order to come back from this now. You have to get really, really aggressive or something, because Aegis on Trixie, as long as mouz groups up on him, which they have been doing very, very well, obviously because auras, I mean, you can't put a stop to Trixie once he's got 3 extra auras. What, an extra, you've got, oh, he hasn't actually maxed it yet. He maxed the stun and the armor, which I'm a little bit surprised. I'm surprised that, considering how that had Beastmaster not max out his nuke, I'm surprised they didn't have Venge do the same and just really max out the minus armor and the auras. But either way, it's working out for them. But the amount of extra damage that Trixie is getting from these auras is just insane. He's getting like 50 extra damage, 50% extra damage, and 40 attack speed. He just does raging amount of work.
Yeah.
On top of that, the lifesteal from Vlad's.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this game more so than the last 2 even. I really want to point out how well mouz is playing. Like, this game especially. The other games, there was some very notable misplays from Complexity throughout. But this game, they're winning because they're playing so damn well. mouz is playing very well. They're picking really well. And their play is near flawless this game. You got to attribute a lot of that to Sing Sing's Hawk. Sing Sing's Hawk in conjunction with ult, in conjunction with Void ult, is just winning them this game. And you really think about the different carries in the game. There's really not a whole lot of carries in the game that are going to be able to do this to you. Like, it's pretty much just Trixie. It's pretty much just Void as far as the carries go. You can't really transplant another carry in this situation and have this kind of success that they've had. You really can't. Even AM is not, which is obviously the nerdiest carry you can possibly have. He's not going to be as successful in this specific game, just because of the way the hero's laid out. And look at it again, the Hawk down in the half of Complexity. The Hawk has just been so overly utilized this game. And it is so good against Complexity in particular because they're going to smoke. They're always going to smoke. If it is, look, there's a smoke right now on CM. They are known for smoking, and you've got to just hand it to mouz for knowing that and for abusing the Hawk, and saving themselves on numerous occasions throughout these games from smoke ganks because of this Hawk. They've had Hawk every game. They've had BM every game, and it's just paid off so much. And here we go again. Again, this all comes down to it. Trixie can get that big ult.
I thank you.
And if he does, this is going to be very one-sided. So we'll see if they go ahead and force this. Trixie does have obviously that Aegis of the Immortal. We'll see how this goes out. They're going to TP away. They're actually not going to go in here. But you know, it doesn't matter. They can take their time. If they continue playing at the level that they're playing, it doesn't really matter what they do. Push, farm, whatever.
Absolutely. I mean, 4.5k on Trixie. He doesn't even need it. He's got ages. He's got plenty. He doesn't even need the extra gold at this point. But really, I think the only saving grace for Complexity is if they can get that amplified damage going through BKB on Trixie and just somehow be able to bash and headshot him to oblivion. It's really just, I think luck is going to be a huge determining factor for Complexity for the next team fight. And smoked up, actually, they're jumping on Geo. Geo's done for. A big smoke gank by mouz, and they pick up Geo, the main hero that they had to worry about. And now
you didn't even need smoke. You didn't even need smoke for that.
Yeah.
You didn't.
He was
really
was far out there.
Yeah, you didn't even need smoke for that. And that honestly is probably going to be it. Geo is down. He's not buying back. I don't know if he can. He's got 13. Yeah, he can buy back. Maybe they're going to try to force it. But wow, I mean, that's not what you need to be doing right now as Complexity. You don't need to be getting caught out. You know, like I said, no smoke necessary. Trixie can just jump in there, ult you, and you're done.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, and as soon as Trixie has a butterfly, it's going to be pretty much impossible to auto attacks or no, amplifies damage or no. The evasion is just on top of backtrack. It's going to be way too much. The extra damage is going to be huge. So Trixie's just.
mouz not missing a beat, and mouz is just on their game. They're not missing any opportunities that Complexity is giving them. They are taking it happily. They're not waiting for another opportunity. They're just jumping on it. I mean, it's they are on a mission here for sure. Lots of money's on the line.
They're actually going to pick up another smoke too. They're not taking any chances. I mean, they could probably win 9 out of 10 fights. Team fights, 5-on-5, they could probably win, you know, but they're not taking chances. They're gonna grab smokes and maybe hit another gank here.
Well, we'll see if this smoke from Complexity is as effective as it might be. I do believe it was in range of a ward, maybe even Hawk as well. No, they're gonna see it. They know. They know. They're fully aware. Geo's gonna go down again. If they can. Oh my gosh, this is over. It's over. Geo's gonna try and run away. He's gonna get force staffed. Let's see if he can actually turn around and do some work here. No, that's gotta be GG. Everybody's gonna go down now. There's no carry left. It's gonna be a bad word. That is gonna be it.
Tricky, picking up kills left and right.
Just such good map awareness and map vision from. I mean, like. Just amazing. And there's if you go to the ward near mid lane, there's a ward, and not only did that ward probably see it, there was also a Hawk like 200 units to the right of that ward, and they pretty much smoked up underneath of it. Just not leaving anything to chance. Man, mouz is just playing so well.
Absolutely, and it looks like we're gonna have the butterfly incoming for the Faceless Void, and if it wasn't over before, there was a 99.9% chance that mouz is going to win. It's now 100%. Butterfly on Trixie is just way too much damage, and they're going to be picking up frags easily. They're probably just going to go straight to the throne at this point. Ice Mike easily going to get picked off. Anytime they want to pick off a hero with Vengeful Spirit, they can do it. She's going to be level 16, so they can do whatever they want right now.
I think what valuable lesson Complexity has learned is what heroes to really worry about when you're going to run these unconventional picks. A combination of, first of all, VS. VS is just so utilitarian that you can't really run a twin head necessarily. I mean, the question here is twin head and then sniper as well, but even sniper's not really the problem here because. Well, he's just not. I mean, sniper can still do work. He's not a reason that they're in this situation. There's no one single reason, but the fact is that Beastmaster, Veno, and then in this situation, Faceless Void are just ideal against what Complexity is trying to do. You know, Trixie is just so farmed, first of all, and the banning phase especially, and the banning and picking is where this comes down to as well. And I include that in a team's skill. You know, obviously you can't not. So the fact is that there's no like the top lane every time. The top lane when it's been a tri lane versus that Furion, it's just totally not worked out for Complexity. Like the first time, they might have actually won. Complexity might have actually won that game if they would have at least made that adjustment earlier. We're gonna have a go here. Geo again gonna get caught. Geo always getting caught in these. This is just it cannot happen. For this strat to work, it cannot happen. Like I said at the start of the game before the Geo cannot get caught in these ults. We're gonna have more people go down. Rexy actually gonna he's actually gonna get popped as well. And it just literally can't happen. And if it happens, you lose. And it's happened. And you lose. So you've got to build her. You've got to build her. Look again. Look at this focused effort. They're gonna go ahead and turn around on Geo. Geo's gonna get forced, but it's not gonna be enough. He's gonna go down here. He's silenced. Hug a tree. That tree's not gonna help you. Great teamwork and coordination again there from mouz. Amazingly strong play here. And this, talk about, like I said, lots of stuff to learn as far as picks go from Complexity. And again, this is going to be it. The grand finals, our winners in very convincing fashion. mouz going to take out 4K home as well as mouse pads. A good game coming out. Congratulations. Definitely a deserving win here from mouz. Absolutely strong play. Very, very, very good play. And I think that's probably going to be it from us. Let me just shout out the sponsors one last time. Twitch TV, TeamSpeak, and SteelSeries. Thank you so much. Thanks for a great tournament. And I'm not sure actually if we have any more cash to give away. Anybody in this TeamSpeak know about more cash, or are we done?
I don't know, but you guys should check out the IRC anyway. I'm sure maybe we might have a final giveaway. I mean, since maybe somebody was planning for a 5th additional game, they're just now giving it out. I don't know. You guys should check out.
Jump in there.
Yeah, and on top of that, the tournament might be over, but we're going to be doing a lot more casts, so please stick with us, and we'll have another tournament. We're already in the planning phase for it, so yeah, please keep checking us out. We'll be back with a lot more stuff.
All right, that's gonna be it for us, guys. Again, my name was chappY, and with me was the Capitalist, and this was the grand finals of the Brawl tournament. Dota2Replays.org. mouz is the victorious team. They have the victory. And again, thanks for watching, guys. That's gonna be it.